morning everyone. Today something a bit different. This is a collaboration video. So we've got other super YouTubers also posting their videos, and basically it's a collaboration video from the Facebook and YouTube collaboration group, the Vanlife Society. Yes, something a bit different. So today we're going to talk about the highs and lows of motorhoming. Oh, and I will say before I go on any further, next door's having building work, a new kitchen, so I'm battling really with the sounds of the workmen, so I may have to stop a few times. Anyway, what are the lows? The lows of van life? Well, I would say firstly the expense. The expense, because you've got the cost of keeping two vehicles on the road, not just one. Of course, you've got the double road tax, the insurance, the MOT, servicing, and the ever-increasing fuel price of diesel. And with Homer, like a lot of motorhomes, they're only doing 30 miles per gallon at the best. And then if you're not lucky enough to store your van, your motorhome, on your driveway, well then you've got storage fees. And where is this storage compound gonna be? But if you're not lucky, you might have a half an hour drive to get there. And then of course it's the fee for the storage every year, and particularly within this area of South Wales, I know we're talking of probably round about just under £500 a year. Yeah, that's just to store your van in their secure compound. You're hoping it's secure compound. And of course you've got to prove to them various things like insurance, and then you obviously with that compound you have got restrictions. A lot of storage setups have restrictions, and if you're fortunate you'll have 24 hours access. But if you're not so lucky, like I wasn't when I did have to put Homer in storage, you can only access your van from the hours of dawn till dusk. So it would be something like 8 o'clock in the morning till whenever the sun went down. I know, and that's a bit vague. So that was a big disadvantage, particularly when you were away in the motorhome. Coming back, you might have quite a bit of a distance to travel, and yet you're always calculating, oh, what time's the sun going down today? What time's sunset? Because we've got to get back to our storage compound before the sun goes down. Blimey, bit of a vampire story there, I think. Yeah, so I don't know if anyone else experienced that, but yeah, that was a big disadvantage. Fortunate enough now, we can keep Homer on our driveway, so we don't have the stress of having to get back in the storage facility before sunset. Okay, I can hear the workmen at the moment. Okay guys, just hold off the drilling for about 5 minutes more. Oh, I can hear them already. At least they haven't got the radio on. Let's talk about the highs. The highs of van life. Oh, there's so many, but I would say more weekend getaway breaks. It's simple as that. Oh God, can you see how cold it is in here? Ooh. I've come in, it's 0 degrees. 0 degrees in here, and I'm not going to put the heating on just for 5 minutes. Okay, more weekend getaway breaks. Brilliant. Visiting more locations in the UK than we would ever be able to if we didn't have a motorhome. What's a hotel these days? 100 plus a night, possibly. And we only used to stay in travel lodges, and well, may have Premier Inn if we're treating ourselves. But yeah, a travel lodge, you won't get that much less than a ton. Especially, you know, in popular areas like in cities, around the London area. So when you're talking about prices, alright, everything's going up, I know that. And caravan club sites, they're going up too. But you know, if you can stay roughly £35–40 a night in a campsite, well, tell me where you would be able to get the same in a hotel, you know, particularly around a popular area. So of course that is main one. And the camper life community, meeting new friends, sharing your hobby, you know, it's all things that you can do when you're part of the van life community. It's just great to sort of have a chat. You know, you might be just taking your water or going to the toilet block, you know, and you know you've got something in common with the person next to you. I'm not saying in the toilet block, but you know, walking around the campsite. How many times, guys, do you go out to empty your water or to do the toilet and you're gone half an hour? Yeah, because I know. Oh God, see, another reason, another high for me, pub stopovers. I love a pub stopover. And when you're the only driver in the family, how can you go to a remote, lovely country pub and have a few drinks and have a meal? Because if you didn't have a motorhome, you couldn't stay over in the car park and you would have to drive home. Oh, well, you can't drink then. And I love these craft ales. Oh, I love these real microbrewery beers. Yeah, and there's nothing better than that. So I just love visiting old historic inns, particularly when you can break your journey up, sort of go 100 miles, have a break overnight, locate a lovely pub stopover, few beers, something to eat, crash out in your own bed in your own motorhome, and then the next morning you can just continue on to your destination and you've had a lovely night. You know, so pub stopovers, that's another high for me. And of course, another high is starting this YouTube channel. You know, if you didn't have no van life, there would be no channel. How can you operate a channel when it's supposed to be about van life and you haven't got a van? So yeah, doing the vlogging thing was never something I thought I would be doing, but going back in the 1990s I did have a camcorder and I did enjoy using it. And then when we bought home, obviously looking at and watching on YouTube and various destinations, and then of course you come across vloggers, I thought I could do this and I really enjoy it now. You know, so that's another high. If I didn't have Homer, didn't have the motorhome, well, there would be no YouTube channel. So here's a few highs and lows that I thought I would share with you. Don't forget to watch the other channels, and they are
Gators on Tour, The Combi Chronicles, Red's Go Travels, The One-Leg Traveller, and Merry Manx Travels, Mr. and Mrs. H on Tour, and finally Rich B's Life Adventures.
So watch their vlogs too, because you will get a great insight to everyone else's perspective about the highs and lows of this fabulous, enjoyable hobby. So if you're ever thinking about motorhoming or converting a van, you know, before you get into it, you can weigh up everything, and I'm sure the highs will way outnumber the lows. Okay, if you've enjoyed this, do what I always say, give us a like and subscribe, because it's completely free. Over 90% people who watch these videos don't subscribe. Bit frustrating, but it is what it is. See you on the next one. Bye bye.